Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to DriveVox. Today we're diving into something seriously next level. Top Gear's 10 most important new cars of 2025. These aren't just random EVs. These are the game changers, the make-or-break bets from brands that are totally rewriting their story. Some of these cars are legacy legends going electric. Others are pure performance beasts. And a few are more down to earth but could reshape the EV market forever. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around. Let's roll.
All right, before we jump into the list, let me break down why Top Gear picked these cars. These aren't just cool new rides, they're pivotal. Why? Because they're not just about horsepower or styling, they're about identity, EV identity. Some of them are legacy brands, Ferrari, BMW, Jaguar, totally rethinking what they stand for in an electric world. Others are not trying to be supercars, but they might change how regular people think about EVs. These cars represent big bets on performance, on heritage, on affordability. Bottom line, 2025 isn't just another EV year. It could be a turning point. Let's get into the first one.
Okay, first up, Alfa Romeo Giulia EV. This thing isn't playing. Top Gear calls it Italy's 1,000 PS answer to the Tesla Plaid and Taycan GT. Yep, that's right, 1,000 PS. That's not a typo. Why it matters? Alfa isn't just making another EV. They're trying to keep their soulful, sporty DNA alive in a full electric setup. It's like the heart of Italy plugged into a battery pack. But here's the big question. Will it stay as gorgeous and as fun to drive as Alphas of old? Or will it feel too big, too techy, or worse, lose that Italian magic? Top Gear's bet? They lean miss. Their reasoning? People are getting a little tired of these multo-fast EV super expresses. A lot of Alpha fans might simply prefer a beautifully tuned petrol version. Number 2. Audi RS5 Avant. I know, a wagon, but don't sleep on it. This is not your grandma's grocery getter. This is a plug-in hybrid super wagon. It's packing a 530 bhp V6 plus electric power. That means speed, torque, and practicality. Why it matters? Audi is doubling down on performance with purpose. You get that wild power, but still have the space to actually use the car in real life, like a touring rocket. Big question? Hasn't BMW already stolen the superwagon spotlight with the M3 Touring? Can Audi's hybrid version really compete? Top Gear's take? Hit. They've seen the RS5 Avant power sliding on the Nürburgring and smiling like it's having the time of its life.
Third on the list is BMW Neue Klasse. This is huge. Not just a car, but a platform. BMW is essentially reinventing itself, again for the EV age. Why it matters? This Neue Klasse platform is bespoke for EVs. It's not Frankensteining old ICE parts. It's built from the ground up for the future. That means clever battery layout, high efficiency, and serious potential to underpin a ton of models. The big question? Can BMW juggle the soul of its ultimate driving machine heritage with the demands of modern EV buyers? Things like range, fast charging, and design all need to be spot on. Top Gear's prediction? Hit. They believe BMW's design language is clean again, and the company has enough EV experience, even if past models didn't always fly off the shelves, to make this really matter.
Fourth, the Ferrari EV. Yep, the prancing horse is going electric. This is maybe the most controversial Ferrari ever. Why it matters? A Ferrari without a screaming V12? That's wild. But Ferrari knows what it's doing. They're not just building any EV. Top Gear speculates it could be a coupe-ish SUV, something sleek in the mold of a Lamborghini Lanzador. Top Gear. Big question? Will people buy it for what it is, or just for the Ferrari badge? Also, can it feel like a real Ferrari when the motor's just silent? Top Gear's take? Hit. Why? Because Ferrari gets its customers. They know how to create desire, and they're not likely to screw this up. Number 5 is the Honda Zero Series Saloon. This one's not about flash, it's about reset. Honda is going lower, lighter, and smarter. Why it matters? Honda knows it needs to make a real EV family if it's going to stay relevant. The Zero Series is their back-to-basics but forward-looking play. Efficient, practical, and not just a halo car. Big question? Have they already given the Chinese and Korean EV makers too much ground? Because right now, the race is intense. TopGear's call? Miss. They argue that Honda's performance and efficiency numbers feel a little dated, and that the company may be sadly benchmarking against its own older EVs, which, according to TG, suck. But still, even as a miss, this car could be a foundation for Honda's EV future. 6th, Jaguar EV GT. This is Jaguar's big gamble, reinventing itself with style, luxury, and full electric power. Why it matters? Jaguar used to be all about posh sports cars and luxury sedans. Now they want to become known for elegant, powerful EV GTs. If they nail this, Jaguar could reclaim relevance in the EV luxury game. But here's the question. Will rich buyers still care about EVs? Is there a risk Jaguar turns into just another badge on a crossover? TopGear's prediction? Hit. They say Jaguar has to make this work, because if they don't, their badge may end up on boring or forgettable EVs by 2030. 7th, the Lexus LFR. This is Lexus trying to bring heat, a motorsport-ready bi-turbo V8 beast. Why it matters? The LFA was iconic. Now Lexus wants to pick up that torch, and the LFR could be the next legendary chapter. It's not just about speed, it's about performance, credibility, maybe even racing. Big question? Will it be a real hardcore car or just a rich guy's weekend toy? TopGear's take? It's a hit. They've spotted testing mules, and they're calling for a version you can actually register on public roads. If Lexus gets this right, it could be a straight banger. Number 8, Mercedes-AMG 4-door EV. This is AMG's big technology flex, a 4-door beast that could challenge what we even think of as a muscle car in the EV era. Why it matters? Mercedes badly needs a win. Their EQ line hasn't fully landed, and their hybrids like the C63 got mixed reactions. An electric Grand Saloon from AMG could be their bold statement. Power and prestige, all electric. Big question? Is a 1,000 bhp EV hyper saloon really what people want? Or is it too much of a tech concept and not enough of a driver's car? TopGear's verdict? Miss. They worry this car could be more flash than substance. Another tech-fest barge if AMG doesn't nail the balance. 9th, the Porsche 718 Boxster EV, a convertible roadster going electric. Porsche's basically challenging the universe. EV can be sexy too. Why it matters? The 718 Boxster is loved by driving purists. By turning it electric, Porsche is testing whether EVs can be emotional, fun, and soul-stirring, not just efficient. Question is, how many people will pay for a silent convertible when they could have the classic gas-roaring version? TopGear's guess? Miss. They think the engineering will be solid, no doubt, but public perception is unpredictable. Is an EV Boxster going to have the same lust factor? Last, but in some ways the biggest for the people, Volkswagen ID.2. This could be VW's electric reset moment. Why it matters? VW is saying, we know what people love, we know what works, now let's make it electric. The ID.2 is their attempt to pack that familiar, practical VW character into a modern EV form. Big question? Can VW pull off a Golf-like EV that feels intuitive, fun, and not just cheap tech? Also, will people accept new things like touch switches instead of physical buttons? TopGear's prediction? Hit. They're optimistic. VW has learned from past EV mistakes, and they're not going to goof up twice. Also, interior design matters. Top Gear explicitly says the inside needs to light up at night so we know what we're pressing. And that's a wrap on Top Gear's 10 most important new cars of 2025. Seriously, what a lineup! Which one's got your heart racing? The Ferrari EV? The rugged Jag GT? Or maybe the sweet, city-friendly ID2? Drop a comment and let me know. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. Because trust me, we've got more EV madness coming. Thanks for riding with me. Drive Vox over and out.